The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs is currently undertaking structured reform of the healthcare system in order to increase accessibility and to healthcare, and also to ensure that healthcare provided is more affordable and ensure that persons within St. Lucia have access to a reliable healthcare system. This, of course, requires a significant input of financial resources in order to commence and sustain such an initiative. We look towards the levy to support the strengthening of the infrastructure that we currently have, as well as the service provision that we are currently undertaking. We are hoping to establish our new Casheries Urban Polyclinic as part of a broader Casheries multipurpose healthcare facility. And of course, this requires an extensive amount of financing, as we are also hoping to extend the services we provide during this institution. We are looking to extend the physical infrastructure at Groseley Polyclinic. We are looking to extend the opening hours of the Viewfort Wellness Center and to look at the services, increasing the number of services, particularly diagnostic services that are provided at that institution. We are looking towards the reconstruction of the Larishes Wellness Center and various other infrastructural strengthening activities, as well as service enhancing activities that will be beneficial to the population. We anticipate that with the levy, it would enhance the government's ability to invest in healthcare, and we see it as really an investment for health to ensure that the country remains healthy, to improve the health profile, and to ensure that a brighter future.
And I don't want you to look at it only as a job. You have to look at it as a mission, a philosophical undertaking to improve people's lives. It's a country of great people. It's a country that has great potential. They have the same needs, they have the same feeling. What we must do is give them the same opportunity. And I'm sure that the majority of St. Lucians will understand that making an investment to many people as possible. I like a country where people believe that in spite of the fact that we live in a harsh global environment, there is hope. There is hope.
Our summit and Center of Excellence launch comes from the vision that the staff at the Forensic Laboratory developed in 2019. And that vision states that we strive to be a recognized center of excellence for forensic science in the Caribbean region. We have received the support of the U.S. State Department through its Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Agency, INL, and they have supported our initiative or our drive to be a center of excellence. This event, the summit on the 10th of October, is our first event towards being a center of excellence and making a contribution regionally in forensic science, but more importantly, establishing ourselves as a center of excellence to provide forensic services, accredited forensic services, to other countries in the region.
It gives us an assurance that what we do, the results that we give out, are results that can be trusted. The courts need that trust with the evidence that we, or the results that we give. And so that gives the courts, the police, the public assurance that what they are getting is results that matter, results that are trustworthy.
forum will continue this afternoon at 3 p.m. sharp in this chamber with Leaders Dialogue 3 on game changers, applying science, technology, innovation, and data for transformative action. The meeting is adjourned.
I would now like to turn to His Excellency Philip Pierre, Prime Minister of St. Lucia, who is also speaking as Chair of CARICOM.
Excellencies, distinguished delegates, what does it mean to hold the pessimism of climate disaster and optimism of climate action together? CARICOM's ambitions in the face of this climate crisis are to safeguard our people, to develop sustainability, and to thrive. But we will never be able to achieve these goals in the absence of robust ambition and deliverable action from those who have the means and the responsibility to change and correct the causes of this crisis. I thank you.
The Assembly will now hear an address by His Excellency Philippe Joseph Pierre, Prime Minister, Minister for Finance, Economic Development and Youth Economy of St. Lucia.
Mr. President, St. Lucia has come to the 70th session to say there must be justice in the relations between developed and developing countries, and that we are no longer willing to come to this annual parade merely to lend our voice to support of this or that global conflict, or to condemn whoever from year to year is the new global enemy. No powerful nation's global agenda is more important than our own, and we insist that our legitimate concerns be listened and be acted upon. Is there the political will to use these trillions of dollars to end starvation and underdevelopment in the world and provide justice for reparations? Is there the political will to put people first and not weapons first? Is there the political will to develop trust and build a lasting peace that will rekindle our sustainable development goals and lead towards prosperity, progress, and sustainability for all? For the sake of us all and for future generations, we must find it. Mr. President, to quote St. Lucian-born Nobel laureate, Honorable Derek Walcott, hope is not a thing to be deferred, but a thing to be pursued with all hungry passion of our existence. I thank you.
She didn't place more. She placed first in terms of St. Lucia and our achievement in the world.
What a moment for St. Lucia. What a moment for Julian Alfrey.
We're very proud of her. She has done very well. In fact, she has done what no other St. Lucian has done.
We can both be top 5 in the world. I'm talking about over 8 billion people.
Sir. The ultimate final explodes into life. Richardson on the outside. Jackson's going really well in the middle. It's her title. This is her event. Thomas trying to go.
Big up Julian Alfred, man, and the team, you know.
Can she hold it? She's still.
So we just need her to know that we are proud of her. We are cheering on for her, and we know she'll do better the next time.
We still love her. Madam, our grandmother, I'm praying for her. I love her so much. I would just tell her I'm proud of her. The Prime Minister come and check on us. He was around us, backing her up.
Explodes into life. Richardson on the outside. Johnson's going really well in the middle. It's her title. This is her event. Thomas trying to go around.
It's tremendous. She's one of the fastest in the world.
Under universal health coverage, we have what you call an essential package of health services, where we plan to give it to the public of St. Lucia in phases, step by step. What we say in French Creole, tipa, tipa, okay? The important thing about it is that the funding from the Health Citizen Security Levy will be one of the sources that will be able to be used to fund the essential package of health services that we plan to give to the population of St. Lucia. We're looking at this service or universal health coverage to be able to give not only those who can afford, but those who cannot afford. You can receive benefits aussi, and that is very important. So this particular levy is important in that it will be a source of funding, or one of the sources of funding, that will be contributed or be used to give the essential package of health services that is very well needed. If you ask me what are some of the services we have in the package, we're looking at cancer, hypertension, diabetes, dental care, eye care, sickle cell disease, HIV, etc., which are very important for us. Okay, they create a burden of disease on us. So it's important having that levy. It will allow us to have some source of funding for us to be able to give these services to the population of St. Lucia under UAT.
So the government of St. Lucia has placed sanitary napkins, tampons under price control for the next 2 years. This will certainly bring the prices, the retail prices, down for you. How does that make you feel?
This is how I feel.
You're happy?
Very.
You overjoyed about it?
Very much so.
That's great.
Great.
Any type of savings in this economy is.
Because I find it was too expensive. But you know, PM did a great job by lowering the prices.
That's amazing. They're affordable. When you go to the supermarket, you don't have to be like, oh my God, what is the government doing?
Because, with inflation, prices are supposed to go up. So if during these times prices are going down, I would be very excited about that.
So you found out, or you heard the news that, you know what, withholding tax on contracts, $10,000 or less, stop, that's no more. What was your first reaction, your initial reaction?
I was like, are you serious? A government doing that, boy? This is good. This is nice.
What's your name, sir?
I'm a registered contractor with government.
How long have you been, would you say you've been in the contract business? I've been a contractor.
About 20 years. I do a lot of drains, roads, and this sort of thing. I'm more into that sort of thing, drains and roads. During the withholding tax, guys would come to me for work, and I really want to get them a job, but I couldn't because I knew where I'd be losing. It was like, wow, but you have to pay tax, boy. You have so much money, you have to pay your tax. You spend so much on the job. Sometimes you lose because of the weather, and you still have to pay that sort of tax. It was a difficult thing to swallow. I never really liked it. Before the break, I would hire like 2-3 guys. But now I could hire 5-6, bring in some more guys because I have more money to spend. I could buy more tools. My barrels are old. I could buy some more of those things. Of course it helps a lot, quite a bit.
So all in all, how do you feel about the removal of the withhold?
I think it's well done. It's well done, well thought of. It's a good initiative. It's well done. It's well done. I'm happy with it.
When she told me how much I received, I realized there was an extra $600. So
this is a government I describe as promises made, promises kept. And it was really exciting to receive this. My name is Anthony Herman. I live right here in this community of Lafargue-Choiseul. I'm a retired teacher. I taught for pretty much 30+ years. I'm retired as an agricultural teacher, retired in 2000.
I am Claudette Ajoda. I am a retired teacher. I started teaching in St. Lucia at a school which was called Vidbutai Project. So I taught at Anthropo Secondary School. I retired in 2001 after teaching for like 22 years. Initially I heard that the Honorable Prime Minister made a promise to give pensioners a blessing of $600 at the end of November. I heard that a few weeks ago. And then, the day salaries came in, I called And I said, check my salary for me, please. So the young lady in the credit union checked it, and when she told me how much I received, I realized there was an extra $600. So I think I screamed her ears. She may have become deaf because that $600 came in. I don't even know how to say it. It was perfect timing.
When I heard, in fact, I heard my neighbor screaming and dancing in the house. So I went outside and said, what's the matter? And she says to me, we have it, we have it. I said, what do you have? And she says, well, $600. I said, from where? And what? She said, you didn't know? I said, no. She told me actually the government had promised $600 to pensioners to be paid at the end of November. I said, oh my, I actually prayed for $600, so the Lord has handed me $600. So I was pretty excited.
He honored his promise, and I respect him, and I give him thanks. Philip J. Pierre, I thank you with all my heart and soul for that gift, for that blessing, okay? I am sure every single government pensioner is grateful to you, but some of us just don't express how we feel. Sometimes we're afraid, sometimes we're shy. I'm usually shy, but I needed to say thank you so much for that blessing. I am also an entertainer, and since COVID, I haven't worked. Since March 2020, I haven't worked. So I've been relying heavily on pension, and the extra $600 is just amazing. And thank you.
The Bible says, what does God require of man? And the answer is to walk humbly, to do justly, and to love mercy. So this afternoon, I take this opportunity to pray for the Prime Minister and his cabinet, and especially the Prime Minister, that he will continue to walk humbly. He will continue to love mercy and do justly. And when I talk about do justice, I'm talking about the vulnerable, the underprivileged, the indigents, those that do not have a voice. He will have to be the voice of those many. But you know what? This is a government I describe as promises made, promises kept.
For the beginning of the term, I was able to get some basic materials to essentially beautify my classroom so that the girls were more comfortable and could feel more welcomed coming in at the beginning of September.
So everybody lend a hand.
It's very pretty and I like to see.
So the allowance was a positive move. For my classroom, I enjoy having a beautiful setting in my classroom, so I made sure that I went even more out for my students this time.
My classroom, I really like the decoration.
Growing together, it's better when everyone cares.
So some of the things that I invested some of the funds into purchasing of curtains, putting up personalized rules for the classroom. So I bought the materials for me to get that done. I set up a reading corner. I got rugs for my desk for the students. So in terms of beautifying the classroom, I was able to do that, and I think that the girls felt welcomed when they came in September.
Really great things in the class. We learn more and it gets fun, especially mathematics.
We've got a lot to be thankful for.
I'm a big fan of reading. I love my students to love reading, so I think it helped me to make my library a lot better. I got to order some more books that my past students were very interested in, and so I got to replenish my library a lot. It's much better, and so I did that.
The allowance has positively impacted my teaching experience in a number of ways. For example, there was an instance even today where there was an accident between two friends where one threw one's lunch down, and so I was able to have that student purchase lunch again because it was an accident, it wasn't something malicious, and oftentimes we are left to be the ones to supplement whatever it is that the students have already been given if they're not able to purchase on their own. If they're missing money, if an accident happens, it's left to the teacher to give them the support, and so it helped me in that way.
Seems like you don't ever know. Let's be thankful for our friends and family and grateful for the air that we breathe and appreciate everything that we have today. Let's be.
Hi, I'm Melissa Paul, Press Secretary to your Prime Minister, Honorable Philip J. Pierre. I have a little bit of an announcement to make. Some news I'm sure you will be glad to hear. The government has just secured $20 million to pay out outstanding tax refunds. This $20 million injection has already been allocated to the Inland Revenue Department. The Inland Revenue Department is expected to pay out $10 million in December. The remaining $10 million will be disbursed between January and March in 2024. This $10 million disbursement of tax refunds couldn't be more timely, as hundreds to thousands of St. Lucians can expect to receive their tax refund checks in time for Christmas and the holiday season. Prime Minister Pierre and the government of St. Lucia are committed to accelerating the tax refunds process to ensure that taxpayers get their refunds in a timely manner. This year, our Prime Minister, Honorable Philip J. Pierre, actioned several people-first policy decisions taken at the cabinet level to address the everyday realities that confront the average St. Lucian household. Inflation has never been higher, affecting costs across the economy. Our Prime Minister and the cabinet stood up to inflation. The government contributed on average $15 for every 20-pound LPG cooking gas cylinder you bought. This year, the government spent more than $11 million to subsidize LPG cooking gas cylinders instead of allowing consumers to pay the maximum retail price. How cool is that? The 6% service charge on price-controlled food items is gone. And the government continues to heavily subsidize essential consumables like flour, sugar, and more recently, menstrual products like tampons, sanitary napkins, and pads. Right now, there are several VAT amnesties in effect to save you on costs. The cost of lumber, cement, steel, plywood, galvanized, and solar PV systems are now 12.5% cheaper than it was last year. The importation of select medical equipment will be VAT-free until 2025. This is expected to lower the cost of a host of routine medical exams. And you can look forward to a 100% waiver of all penalties and fines if you settle taxes in full by May 1st, 2024. Prime Minister Pierre prioritizes strengthening consumer spending power to beat back inflation. Because of his successful fiscal policy measures, in March 2023, the government was able to pay out $11.5 million in outstanding back pay to public servants. NIC pensioners currently enjoy a 4.2% increase in their monthly pensions. And good news for you contractors, the government will no longer deduct withholding tax from government contracts valued at $10,000 or less. And it gets better. $40 million in tax refunds will have been paid out by March 2024. $10 million is expected to be paid out in December alone. And here's another outstanding achievement. The government was able to settle more than 50% of its outstanding payables. Since March 2021, the government has paid out $80 million to private sector service providers. These policies are literally putting money back in the hands of consumers, businesses, and St. Lucian households. With Prime Minister Pierre at the helm, St. Lucia's economy is on a solid footing. Our economy grew by 18% last year, and the income and economic structure of the economy received a BBB+ rating from CARICRIS. Investor confidence is at an all-time high. Since July 2021, the government has facilitated more than $2.5 billion in private sector investments. Now, what does this mean? This means hundreds to thousands of new construction jobs will become available in the coming months, and hundreds of new job opportunities are expected to open up in the near term. The Prime Minister has laid the foundation that will give rise to a new generation of indigenous entrepreneurs and a new era of wealth creation in St. Lucia by establishing the Youth Economy Agency, an agency tasked with enhancing the future of our dynamic young entrepreneurs. The MSME Loan Grant Facility is another initiative aimed at entrepreneurship and wealth creation. Hundreds have benefited from these programs, injecting millions of dollars directly into the local economy, empowering business leaders of tomorrow. Our Prime Minister and the Cabinet of Ministers skillfully steered St. Lucia through the challenges of 2023 and set St. Lucia on a course to extend our gains in 2024. The government's timely social programs like Housing Assistance Project, the Public Assistance Program, and the Reinstated Distress Fund lend support to the Prime Minister's fiscal policies to ensure we all move forward together. Season's greetings from all of us at the Office of the Prime Minister.
This vehicle is what we use to deliver our fish. This is what we worked with to deliver fish to our customers. Because of the MSME loan grant, we now have a shop where we operate to sell our fresh fish.
What is your name?
Shaula Moses.
What is the name of your business?
M&M Fish. I found out about the MSME loan from my development officer. First question that came to my mind was, I wonder if I qualify. I mean, I'm just selling fish. So then, yeah, I gave it a shot. We needed a structure, a shop, and equipment to make it look more professional.
What kinds of equipment?
A chest freezer, a vacuum sealer. The chest freezer, it keeps it chilled whilst we wait for customers to pick up their fish. The vacuum sealer, it keeps the fish fresh if in case they're here a day late. So being able to pay for such an expensive, I mean, we didn't have the funds and then we got through with it. And when you go in to purchase items and you know that, hey, I can afford that, it felt really good knowing that we could just hand over the check and say we would like this chest freezer for our business and get it to come in so we can start production. It was really a good feeling.
So the equipment is delivered and you're finally able to operate the way you've always dreamed of. How did that make you feel that first day after your stuff was delivered, installed? Tell me.
Like, I would say like a boss. Like a boss.
I call my wife and say, babes, you know, I got it. I got the loan grant. I want to get this. I'm going to get that, and we're going to start doing this. And okay, so my name is Kevin Marshall from Rivemita Moshi, and I've established a small business, KGM Custom Gifts, Crafts and Events. I have my 3 daughters, and what I noticed year after year, there was always this need to complete a project, sometimes more than one project within a month, and the projects were always something that you had to do physically with your hand. And I would go online, search at these crafts, and I would try to do what I saw in the craft, and then I realized that it's something that, you know, is actually a business. I was like, why can't I tap into that market? So first I tried to do this business on my own, I mean, with limited funds, and you know, it started, and then I realized that you really need access to funds to really get this where it needs to be. I tried to go to the banks on what they were giving was not on par with having other financial obligations, so it was kind of difficult to actually obtain additional funding. When I heard about the MSME, I was like, boom, opportunity. I could make something actually happen, you know. I could make this dream actually reality, so let's go for it. I got a new heat press, new printers, I got new paraphernalias, I got stock, so I could have stock on hand instead of actually going out and trying to purchase on demand. So I tried to get everything needed so I could start business as soon as it kicked in. I think that's the greatest opportunity someone who's starting out, especially for the startups, can hope for. It's very difficult, I find, to start out on your own and to try to do business on your own. With the loan grant, the opportunity that came with getting the equipment and getting to jump off on the bat. I always try to show the children that you could, you know, aspire to be anything you want to be. And I think that whatever dream they have, follow it, aspire to be it, and don't give up.
Check it, I was excited and happy, delighted that I got approved, you understand? And happy that I got everything that I wanted. My name is Christopher Stanislas.
What was the first thought when you heard about the loan grant?
I said the person that thought of that, of helping small businesses, I say that person is brilliant. And when I heard I got it, they called me and they told me, yes, I got it. I said yes.
So the grant was approved, you go, you sign, you get your money.
Right.
What did you do with it?
Everything was tools, right? Because I needed tools to do my work. Without tools, you can't do your work, you understand? So as soon as I got the money, I went out of the VAT. I went online to purchase some tools because not all the tools we have here, right? So we have to go outside to order tools. I just buy all my tools, and now I'm happy because all the tools that I need to do my work, I have it right here. You understand? So I'm excited. I'm good to go. With the tools I purchased, my work was easier and faster. I delivering the customer's vehicle faster. You understand? So that loan was a godsend. You understand? It was a godsend.
I'm going fishing is like taking money, dry money, and going and wet it. Because you don't know what you will get at that day or what you'll come back on shore with. At times you go 3-4 days, you haven't got nothing. My name is Andre Miller. I'm a fisherman from Vieux-Fort, a boat owner and a captain for more than 43 years. We spend, on average on a fishing trip, is $300 going up to $750 because we go to sea with 4 tanks of gas of 15 gallons of gas. 4 15 gallons, that's 60 gallons. Plus, you have to put oil in it. So just do the math. But right now, we have no control over fuel. We don't produce fuel in St. Lucia. We cannot blame the government for fuel. We don't produce fuel. So we have to take it the way it is. The cost of living going up around the world. If people listen to news, they want to blame the government. We cannot blame the government for that. I must thank the Prime Minister of the current thing, Philippe J. Pierre, for thinking of fishermen and giving that $1 on every gallon of gas right now. And right now comes a new Prime Minister to think of $1 on our rebate. It's very, very timely, and fishermen appreciate that. We appreciate that with all our heart. I'm speaking of all the fishermen from Vieux-Fort. I could vouch for that.